was standing in line to board my flight when the man behind me whispered, "Whatever you do, don't sit in 14C." I was at JFK, flying solo to Barcelona for a work conference I didn't even want to attend. I had my AirPods in, half listening to a true crime podcast, when I felt a tap on my shoulder. The man behind me was maybe 60, silver hair, expensive watch, eyes bloodshot like he'd been crying recently. His voice was steady, though. I pulled out one AirPod. "Sorry, what?" He leaned closer. "Don't sit in 14C. Switch seats with someone. Anyone. I'll pay for it." I looked down at my boarding pass. 14C, middle seat. "How do you know where I'm sitting?" He pointed at my boarding pass, which I'd been holding face out like an idiot. Fair enough. But telling a stranger not to sit in their assigned seat on an international flight is not normal behavior. I laughed nervously. "Is the seat haunted or something?" He didn't laugh. Didn't even blink. Something like that. Then he stepped back in line like the conversation was over. I boarded, telling myself to forget about it. Weird airport guy, that's all. I found row 14, shoved my bag overhead, and dropped into 14C. The window seat, 14A, had a woman already sitting in it. Around my age, maybe 28, short dark hair, reading a book with the cover ripped off. The aisle seat was empty. Then the man from the line walked past my row. He looked at me in 14C and his face went pale. Not annoyed, pale. Like I just told him someone died. He opened his mouth, closed it, and kept walking. That's when 14D showed up. A guy around 35 sat down in the aisle seat. Buzz cut, faded rugby shirt, biggest dumbest grin I've ever seen. He immediately turned to me. "Middle seat, huh? Brutal. I'm Ronan." I told him my name. He shook my hand for way too long. Then he turned to the woman in 14A. "And you must be the unlucky window. What's your name, love?" She didn't look up. "Civ. Civ," he repeated like he'd discovered a new word. "Beautiful. Irish?" "Yes." Still not looking up, Ronan reached into his backpack and pulled out a Ziploc bag full of cheddar cubes, held it toward me. "Cheese?" I declined. He shrugged and started eating them one by one, loudly, while humming what I'm fairly sure was Dancing Queen. 20 minutes in, Ronan tapped my arm. "Want to see something mad?" Before I could answer, he showed me a photo on his phone. A wedding photo. Him and Civ, standing in front of a church, looking happier than any two people I'd ever seen. I looked at Civ. Still reading. Hadn't acknowledged him once. I looked back at Ronan. He was smiling, but his eyes were wet. He whispered, "She doesn't know it's me." "Not really." My stomach flipped. "What do you mean?" He locked his phone. "Civ had a brain aneurysm 14 months ago. She survived, but she lost most of her long-term memory. Doesn't remember our wedding. Doesn't remember our house. Doesn't remember my face." I couldn't breathe. I looked at Civ. She turned a page. "We used to fly to Barcelona every April. Our thing. She'd take the window, I'd take the aisle, and some poor stranger would get stuck between us. Cheese cubes, bad singing, the whole routine. She thought it was hilarious every single time." My throat tightened. "So you booked these exact seats?" He nodded. "Her sister told her a friend had an extra ticket. Civ doesn't know I'm her husband. She thinks I'm just some loud idiot in 14D. His voice cracked. "I just wanted to sit next to her one more time and do our thing. Even if she doesn't remember it's ours." Civ had stopped reading. She was staring at the cheese cubes with the strangest expression. Not recognition exactly. Something softer, like deja vu she couldn't place. Then she said very quietly, "My ma'am used to buy that exact cheddar." Ronan's whole body went still. "Yeah, Cathedral City, the purple wrapper." She paused. "This is going to sound mental. You remind me of someone and I can't figure out who." Ronan looked at me, tears streaming down his face, smiling so wide it looked like it hurt. I understood then. The old man was Ronan's father. He didn't want a stranger in the middle of this moment, but I think I was supposed to be there, because someone had to watch a man fall in love with his wife for the second time at 38,000 feet while she ate his cheese cubes and didn't even know his last name.